Hello everyone, welcome back to the Raquel and Nathan YouTube channel. Today you join me in sunny Portugal as I'm going to give you a full tour of the refurbished back box. Okay, so today I'm going to be running through basically what I've done to this back box and how I've got it to the point that it is today. It's far from finished, but it's back on the car and it's totally usable now, so it's just the interior which I really need to do. So if we move in a little bit closer here, you can see that I have done this paint job. Now it's a sort of matte blue. I've painted this in Raptor. This is a truck bed liner, but it's not exactly colour matched. So even though we got an exactly mixed paint that was colour matched, the Raptor obviously changes the colour ever so slightly when you paint it. But if we move around here, I painted the door handle black. I didn't see the point in buying another one that was exactly the same for just 20 or 30 euros, as this was perfectly fine and works. It just needed a paint job, so I've done that in black. If we move around here, I took the tint off the back window, and I'm thinking about retinting this because the tint that came on this when I bought it was absolutely atrocious. They'd layered like 4 tints on top of each other and you couldn't see through it from inside or out, so it seemed pretty pointless. So what I did was I went along and retinted the windows. There are imperfections, there's little hairs in here, but this is a really difficult thing to do, but it looks considerably better than it did before. Now all the brackets on the windows leaked, so I've made these metal ones with washers, and this is some plumbing seal from piping. So they work really well, and the brackets inside I'll show you in a second. And of course up the top I had to get the roof bars on. These look awesome. I think they're going to add to the usability of the truck, as they're going to help me carry things, and if I need to put something on the roof it's just easy. I can chuck it up there and not have to worry about scratching anything. But here's the main event, we move inside. Now on the back of the truck I've put a seal around the edge to try and make this a little bit more watertight, and in the back I'm using the original clamps that came with it. I do need 2 more, so I ordered a pack of 6 metal ones. They're going to be silver, so it should match the interior a little bit better. But if you can see, the window tints look really nice. They take a fair bit of the light out, and of course in Portugal it's absolutely blazing. From this time of the year, March, April, it's absolutely boiling all the way till sort of November time, and then it still doesn't get really cold. So the window tint is going to be a really good investment for me. But as you can see, I managed to keep the original brackets on the end of this window, so I can pop this one open for ventilation. This one I wasn't so lucky. The hinges were seized and rusted and they just broke, so I had to create 2 more brackets like the originals, and this is just a solid window now, it doesn't pop open. But the front window isn't tinted here and the back window isn't tinted here, mainly for visibility to look through the back when I'm driving. But the side windows, this is a it was called super dark. The tint was called super dark, and it is super dark. They say it's like a 95% UV protection, and it reduces the heat by 55%. So it was a no-brainer on the heat front, and it also looks better from the outside. But this whole lockdown thing has been going on way too long now. The first video I made was back in January or February, and Raquel still hasn't been able to come down, and I still haven't been able to go up to Lisbon to see her. So she hasn't even been on the channel yet. I do apologise for that, but there's literally nothing we can do. We should be coming out of lockdown relatively soon, sort of in a week or 2, and then I can get up and start creating videos with Raquel. But for the time being, it's still just me. I know it would be nicer to see Raquel on here as well, as she would sort of make the videos a little bit more interesting. But my plan for when Raquel comes down, or when I see her, is I bought a pack of sticker bombs. So I thought we'd sticker bomb the whole ceiling of the inside of this truck. So when you're laying down in here, you can just look at a whole ceiling of stickers. So that's one thing we'll be doing. And of course, we still need to build the bed in here. So the bed is going to sit on top of the wheel arches all the way across, so this will be a 5 foot by 5 foot bed. So I'll probably have to sleep diagonally, or I'll have to sleep sort of on my side, curled up in a ball, which I don't mind. I can do that. I don't fancy doing it full time, but sleeping in here I think for a couple of nights will be absolutely fine. So the last thing I have done to the truck, which I would say is the most important thing, is I've put the topper seal all the way around the edge of the hardtop. Now what the topper seal does is where the hardtop sits on the actual bed of the truck, which is underneath here, it's like a foam, double-sided tape foam strip, and what that does is it completely eliminates the vibrations. And it also should keep the truck waterproof, because before it would run off the hardtop and come in, and all in here would just flow water. So I do still have to do the waterproofing test. I'm going to see if the windows are watertight and see obviously if the truck cab's watertight, because beforehand on the windows, where the seals joined together, underneath here it just flew out. Water just flew out of here. Now the black stuff, I do apologise, it doesn't look brilliant, but this is sealant. So I've filled these seals with this sealant stuff. It's a bit like silicone, but much stronger. And I've filled it all the way around the edge in the vain hope that it will stop leaking, because I thought it would leak where the window meets the actual seal, but it doesn't. It comes on the inside of the seal and comes under here. So I don't know how that happens, but it did. So I've absolutely filled these with sealant. Okay, so that sums up the inside of the truck. I'll hop outside. But as you can see, if I pan the camera around, I've got the back doors of this truck open, and I'm sitting on the edge in the middle of absolutely nowhere, because as the truck's a four-wheel drive, it can take you places that you can't get to in a regular vehicle, and having this extra space, almost this living area, makes a massive difference. Because even if you're not planning on sleeping in here, it just makes a lovely day place. You can come out for picnics and all sorts of things. It just makes the truck much more usable, in my opinion. Even on rainy days, you can get out and have fun in the wild. But for now, we're going to head back to the garage, and I'm going to try the waterproofing test. I'm pretty nervous for this because I get the feeling it's going to leak everywhere. So let's see what happens. Okay, so you join me back at the garage. The truck is outside. I've dragged the hose out there as well, and I'm going to try and demonstrate sort of rain, you know, sort of sprinkle water and get it to come down and see if it leaks. If it doesn't, then I'll move up to a little bit more pressure and see how it fares, but I'm not so confident. The back door will still leak, as I need to fix some things. The drainage, it doesn't run out of the door, it runs inside the door. So the back door will not work, but I'm going to sort of focus more on the windows for this demonstration. So previously on the windows, the error, the bad section was right here, and right down here. So inside, so water would come in here by this clamp, and water would also come in near this clamp here at this end, and it was identical on both windows, but it was worse on this window. So we'll see how that goes. I'm not so confident, but if not, I really don't know what I can do, because I filled these with sealant, absolutely filled the seals with sealant, so the water just shouldn't be able to get in anywhere. So let's see what happens. Is that no water? No water! Please stay that way. Please stay that way. Yes! The windows aren't leaking. That is amazing. Okay. Now, we're halfway there. We're halfway there. The next one is this side. Oh no. Oh, we got leakage. Okay, we got a leakage on this side, down here. The water's coming in the corner there. Look, you can see the water's coming in from there. So that one is still bad, but this corner is fixed. So out of the 3 or 4 spaces, out of the 4 spaces that there were leaks, we only have 1, and it's the same one. I just can't get to the bottom of how that is coming in. Like, that is full of sealant. So I'm gonna have to go back to the drawing board with this one and try and figure out how to fix this. Oh, I'm gutted.